Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is Vengeance. This is a big night for the Monday Night Raw brand. This is the first Raw exclusive pay-per-view post-WrestleMania, and there is a lot on the line here tonight. There is so much for people to stand against, and for one man as well, it could very well be his final stand on the Monday Night Raw roster. All of that and more is to come here tonight. But we're going to go through some of the biggest matches on tonight's card and talk through them. We see here the United States Championship is on the line. Jay Lethal will challenge Daniel Bryan in what is one of the very few matches on the card tonight with no bad blood between either man. Respect is there. Only one, however, can be United States Champion, and both want it to be them. We'll see which one is going to be the better performer of the two later on tonight, but now we get into some grudge matches, and it's the first of two grudge matches on the card here tonight. Roman Reigns and The Undertaker in a rematch from a few weeks ago on Monday Night Raw. The challenge is put ahead by that man in the background there, Mordecai. Can The Undertaker overcome Roman Reigns this time, or will the Roman Empire be victorious here at Vengeance? And a match that kind of encapsulates what the word grudge means. Triple H and CM Punk square off one-on-one with each other. These two men are sick to death with each other, so much so that they brawled throughout the arena on the closing Raw to this pay-per-view. Now they get their hands on each other, and they get to see who the better man is. And it all kind of boiled over what is the main event, or rather what is in the main event, the World Heavyweight Championship. But this world title match means more than the match prior. It means the world to both men. So much is on the line between these two, but one of the biggest shocks could happen here tonight. If Adam Cole doesn't beat Marty Scurll and end Vengeance as the World Heavyweight Champion, he must leave the Monday Night Raw brand, effective immediately. As I said, it is a man's final stand. And the big question will be, is it Adam Cole's last stand here tonight? Or does he finally achieve his vengeance over Marty Scurll? That will be a question that we will have answered for us at the end of the night, when we see the man who is holding the World Heavyweight Championship at the end of it all. But before we can get to that thrilling main event, we have got the entirety of Vengeance to go through, and we're going to kick things off with a six-man battle royal to determine the number one contender to the United States Championship coming out of Vengeance. Just the question over who it will be in this one. Six men, as I said, participating. First one out here is Bobby Roode. Came over in the draft from ECW to Raw. Roode is looking here tonight to have a glorious start on Raw pay-per-views and become the number one contender and face the winner of Jay Lethal and Daniel Bryan at around the time of Money in the Bank. But right now, Bobby Roode has to get himself focused, but of course, make no mistake about it, the Glorious One has the chance to take in the reaction here from this crowd in New Orleans, and he will do exactly that. As he heads towards the ring, it is impervious at this time that I must mention that although he was on Raw, the Raw General Manager, Dario Ronaldo, could not make it here tonight. There was some travel complications that denied him the chance from being here, but just to let you know that he wishes all well. He wishes he could be here, and per his messages, he hopes that by the end of the night, Adam Cole is long gone from Monday Night Raw. Spoilers, you can tell where he stands. Nevertheless, Bobby Roode is still heading towards the ring. He is really taking the most here. The first man out to greet this New Orleans crowd, and just looking at the list of people I see in the six-man battle royal, any one of these guys could in fact in their own, well, maybe minus one, could be a credible talent to take on the winner of Jay Lethal and Daniel Bryan. You've got Bobby Roode here. You've got Aiden English, who's the one who I don't think will be a credible factor. You have Kofi Kingston, Kassius Ohno, Lars Sullivan, and perhaps you could argue the biggest name in this match, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. All five men, minus Aiden English, have a real chance in their own right of getting something out of this match. I mean, Bobby Roode is a former United States champion within this universe. Would love to have that belt back around his waist. The Glorious One would love nothing more than to be holding some gold around his waist once again. Last time he held it was at the Royal Rumble, when he lost the television championship to Aleister Black. This is a man who is looking just to claim some gold for himself, and a man who is really becoming, I have to say it, when I watch him week in and week out, one of my favorites here on the Monday Night Raw roster. I really enjoy watching Kassius Ohno in action. This guy is a prime talent. He is spectacular in his own way. I really, really enjoy watching Ohno compete, and I guess I'm going to let my personal bias take over here, but I'm rooting for Ohno in this one. I would love it if Kassius Ohno was to walk out of this here tonight as the United States, sorry, not the United States champion, as the #1 contender to the United States Championship. Because I think, especially as well, regardless of who wins that match, you know they're going to be able to put on more great matches for that US title. Ohno and Lethal, Ohno and Bryan, just think about the quality of that match right there. Same can be said, though, for Bobby Roode. Love to see Bobby Roode and Daniel Bryan collide one-on-one. But Kassius Ohno right now is ready, prepped, and rearing to go here. He's had shots at the US title before, and he would love another one. So too, though, would this man, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, who we last saw a few weeks ago on Raw, in what could very well be Adam Cole's final match on the Monday Night Raw show. So, of course, tonight could be his final match as a member of the Monday Night Raw roster. Nevertheless, the Heartbreak Kid is ready to compete here tonight. The New Orleans crowd is on their feet for him, and you see Roode and Ohno watching on as he comes towards the ring. Michaels, I do not believe, is a former United States champion. Definitely is a former champion of many belts, many being about 2. Former world champion, former ECW tag team champion. Don't remember seeing a US title around Shawn Michaels' waist, so I'm going to go with my gut on that one and say that that is the case. Anyway, Shawn Michaels, you know, same can be said about him. Imagine Shawn Michaels, Daniel Bryan, Shawn Michaels, Jay Lethal. 2 great matches again. It's just kind of rooting for the guys who have the talent. Definitely not rooting for this guy. No, not one bit. How has he ended up in this match over the people on this roster? I don't know. If someone would like to tell me how Aiden English, a man who, yes, he was a former United States champion, but lost his rematch in a few minutes, has won a shot here tonight for the chance to become the #1 contender over the likes of Sting, over the likes of maybe some guys lesser down on the card than that. You know, your likes of your Dean Malenkos. I'm trying to think of someone else off the top of my mind right now. Maybe I'm blanking a little bit, but there were a multitude of other guys who could have filled this spot in a way. Even some tag team wrestlers could have had this spot. How the hell he gets this, I don't know. But, you know, that could just be the favoritism of the Raw General Manager shining through, and make no mistake about it. Favoritism certainly is in this matchup as well. I'll talk about that when he comes out. But English, you know, if Aiden English can pull off an upset here and win this Battle Royal, then he gets what I truly believe should well be his final shot at the United States Championship. Because there is no doubt in my mind that Aiden English does not deserve to still be lingering around the US title. Kind of annoying that he is, but nevertheless, this is actually, speaking of tag team guys, this is a guy who has been impressing a little bit and would love nothing more than to go back to a caliber, a level of talent that he once had last year. Kofi Kingston would like to be the #1 contender here tonight for the United States Championship. Saw him take on Roman Reigns, was it last Monday? Was it this Monday on Raw? One of the two, anyway. I think it was last Monday. Took him on. Surprised a few people, I think. Got a lot of offense in against Roman Reigns, but did not walk out as the winner at the end of it. Nevertheless, oh no, he definitely didn't take him on this Monday on Raw. Scrap that. Kofi Kingston would, I think it'd be great in a way if Kofi got the victory. You know, we've talked a lot about how the New Day have always been struggling and how they never have anything truly going for them. Well, I think that could be, I think that could change here with a big win for Kofi Kingston here tonight. It was Kofi Kingston who won a Battle Royal in the past and got an opportunity in any title of his choosing and chose the World Heavyweight Championship and almost became world champion on that night. However, a lot can change in a year. And that certainly has been the case for Kofi Kingston. But nevertheless, here is the last man out in this matchup. The Freak, Lars Sullivan. I talked about favoritism shining through. Well, make no mistake about it, that is with this man. We have seen him time and time again get opportunities that maybe he hasn't deserved due to the fact that he is in the corner of the Raw general manager. His best friend, as he calls him. How those two can even be remotely friendly in any sense is beyond me. They're polar opposites of one another. But if he says they're friends, then whatever. I'm not the one who's going to go walking around seeing if that's true, seeing if they're buddying up outside with one another. Lars Sullivan walks around the other 5 competitors at ringside, and suddenly a few of them have disappeared. But Lars Sullivan, I mean, let's take a look at the list of opportunities he's had here in his short tenure on the Monday Night Raw roster. King of the Ring, United States Championship opportunities, the 8-man ladder match at WrestleMania. They've all kind of gone the way of Lars Sullivan, including a draft match they had, which he actually won, to be fair, and he was responsible for why Bobby Roode is on the Raw roster. So, certainly another thing I think, and I hate talking good of Daro's mates, but Lars Sullivan has really been progressing as a talent. You know, he came in a few months ago and it was kind of like, oh, he's a big guy, but he doesn't really know anything. He's making great strides. And I think he really showed that on draft week when he beat Samoa Joe, which is by no means a small feat. That is a huge win to achieve. And so the fact that he got that is pretty spectacular in its own right. Nevertheless, we're going to focus on the match here. We've got Aiden and Lars going at it, which I don't think will make Daro and Ohno that happy. Shawn Michaels up against the ropes there. Fights back. Kofi in a little bit of trouble as well. Bobby Roode trying to get at the Heartbreak Kid early on here. Kofi Kingston just trying to prove himself against Ohno. Meanwhile, the Friends of Daro Foundation is squaring off one-on-one with each other. And the strength again and again, though. Aiden English able to counter it. You know, I talked about how Lars Sullivan has been able to progress, and in some ways, certainly not all, Aiden English has kind of in his own way gone a little bit better since he had his tenure as US champion. The 2 and a bit months that they lasted with no successful title defenses. Bobby Roode there working over the back of the back of the neck there of Kofi Kingston. Shawn Michaels looking to try and get the big man out now. The Freak could be in trouble, as too could be Aiden English. Nope, both men able to stay in there. I think Ohno just didn't have a good grip on him. In order to try and eliminate him there was his issue. Aiden English looked for a big boot and missed it. Lars Sullivan making him pay now with some hard strikes. Kofi sends Michaels into the turnbuckle. Headbutt by Sullivan. Roode looking for a bit of a delayed suplex here. Will he get it? No, took too long. Ohno truthfully made him pay for that one. Ohno now with a Gotch-style pile driver. Akin to Minoru Suzuki with that move. Hard shot in the face there by Sullivan, and another one will bring him right down to the mat. Shawn Michaels from the second rope went for the double axe handle and missed it. Oh, Sullivan has been tormenting Aiden English with his shots so far. Falcon Arrow there by Kofi Kingston. No one really has a good staple of control in this one yet. Certainly, though, things could change when when an elimination happens. You certainly see the match taking a big shift. Just waiting for that elimination to happen, it seems. Russian leg sweep there by Aiden English, and Sullivan looked to try and get underneath the ropes. That didn't work out. Crowd rooting for Shawn Michaels, you can hear early on in this one. New Orleans crowd not afraid to get a little bit vocal. Bobby Roode was thinking blockbuster, but Ohno was a bit far away to begin with anyway. Ohno with hard forearms there puts Roode up against the ropes, and Bobby Roode is eliminated. Wow, that is not going to please the Glorious One to be out this early. Kofi, Kingston, and Aiden English, guys you could expect to perhaps be eliminated first, have survived. Bobby Roode, though, is gone. Certainly see his frustrations airing on the outside there. Shawn Michaels getting the chance, and now tuning up the band for the New Orleans crowd. Sweet chin music to Sullivan is countered. The Freak got himself out of that one. And now is combating against the Heartbreak Kid. If he was able to eliminate him, that would be a huge, huge elimination for Lars Sullivan. Waiting underneath the bottom rope are Kofi and Michaels, and now Ohno leaving. Sullivan alone with Aiden English again. Probably one of the last things Aiden English wants to be. And the other thing would be eliminated, which is about to happen. Lars Sullivan, Gorilla Press Slam. See you, Aiden English. Didn't even try with that one. It's like Aiden English was putty in his hands and just chucked him away like he was absolutely nothing. Down to 4 in this one now. Lars Sullivan, Kofi Kingston, Shawn Michaels, and Kassius Ohno. Who will challenge the winner of Jay Lethal and Daniel Bryan? Who will challenge for the United States Championship at a later date? Oh, what a big boot there by Kassius Ohno. Sullivan now on to contend with Shawn Michaels. Meanwhile, Ohno KO to the back of Kofi Kingston's head, and that truly could have KO'd him and put him out of this match. But the problem is now they have to lift him up and get him over that top rope. Shawn Michaels looks like he wants to be the one to contend with it, and Kofi indeed was gone. Michaels will get the elimination, but that in some ways kind of goes down as a Kassius Ohno. I mean, Kassius Ohno with a heavy assist. And we're rekindling the Royal Rumble a little bit here with Ohno and Michaels. If memory serves me correct, those two guys had quite the involvement with one another. But Ohno, Michaels, and Sullivan here. Any one of these 3 men really could put up a tough fight for the United States champion, whoever that may be at the end of the night. Ohno fighting back here, but Sullivan just too much for him to handle. Look at that headbutt there. Lars Sullivan. No room for Ohno to try and catch a break. Shawn Michaels trying to bring himself up to his feet there, and it was basically what I think was a flying elbow drop intended for Ohno. Lars Sullivan again tries something here, but Shawn Michaels, just that veteran instinct of Michaels able to help him out here against the young and in some ways inexperienced Lars Sullivan. Actually, I don't know if young is the right term for him. He actually looks older than Shawn Michaels. Nevertheless, we have Michaels and Ohno squaring up with one another right now. Looking for something there was the Heartbreak Kid, gets countered. If I were Michaels and Ohno, I'm not going to lie, I'd be working together to perhaps try and get the big man out and then leave it down to them two. That's not on their mindset, though. Shawn Michaels is gone. Ohno and Lars Sullivan remain. Who will be the #1 contender? It's going to be Lars Sullivan. He played possum and hoofed Kassius Ohno out. Lars Sullivan is the #1 contender to the United States Championship, and will get the first shot at either Jay Lethal or Daniel Bryan with that belt on the line. The date will be around Money in the Bank, may even be at the pay-per-view itself. But right now, Lars Sullivan takes in what I would say is the biggest victory in his career so far. #1 contender, Lars Sullivan, and you know if the Raw general manager were here, he would be ecstatic over this right now. To put it simply, if I was either Jay Lethal or Daniel Bryan, I would have my head looking over my shoulder at Lars Sullivan, because I realize that is a dangerous man to have as my #1 contender. What a win that one was for Sullivan, though. Could he be the next United States champion? Time will only tell, but we're going to move on here tonight to the next contest. The World Tag Team titles up for grabs. 2 of the most dangerous tag teams in the history of this universe are colliding. It's the Ascension against the Good Brothers. Here we go. What a confrontation we are in for with these two teams. Do I think this matchup is going to be long? No. Do I think this matchup is going to be hard-hitting? Yes. Ohno and Victor became the #1 contenders just under 2 weeks ago when they beat Heavy Machinery in order to become the #1 contenders, and they made their presence felt this past Monday on Raw following the Good Brothers' victory over the New Day. Ohno and Victor came out and attacked them, left them laying out in the ring. A very firm message sent heading into tonight. Will the Ascension recapture gold for the first time in roughly a year and a half in this universe, or will the Good Brothers show why they are the best tag team in the world and hold on to those tag team titles that they have won a record 4 times? This match has a sense of feeling that it could shift either way, which is very interesting in its own right. But the reality is, one team needs to win, one team needs to lose. And I am going to put my cards on the table right now, and it may come as no surprise to people. I am, of course, going to root for the Good Brothers. And it seems as if I am not alone. Ever since they made their return to this universe after a brief hiatus following their loss of the tag team titles to the Brood, the Good Brothers have never been so popular with the crowd. And that is certainly the case here tonight in New Orleans. They are on their feet for the Good Brothers, and they are definitely rooting for them over the Ascension. And you see these two men, as you know, they're called Good Brothers for a reason. The bond between these two guys is something that cannot be separated. It is immense. And every time they're in tag team action, you see just how deep that bond is. And we'll see it here tonight with the World Tag Team titles on the line. Which team, though, is going to take it home? I mean, I've already said that I think it's going to be the Good Brothers, but make no mistake about it, the Ascension could well take those belts. These two teams in the same way, very similar. The brute of the team, Connor from the Ascension, Luke Gallows from the Good Brothers, and the speedier, more agile guy of the two, Victor and Karl Anderson. It's a very evenly split contest in that right, and they both have devastating finishes. This match could very well come down to not who is able to do the best offense, but who is able to hit their finishing move the first. There we go, first. Finally got it out. Magic Killer versus the Fall of Man. Good Brothers and the Ascension. Who is taking home those World Tag Team titles? That is the question that I have asked one too many times, and it needs to be answered. First title match of the night here. And I am rooting for the titles to stay around the waist of the champions. We're underway here in this one. It is going to be the smaller of the two guys, the two guys from the team squaring up. Victor and Karl Anderson. Not really surprising. I mean, they usually go with this mentality in tag team matches. The Ascension usually lets Victor start, and then the Good Brothers let Karl Anderson start as well. These two men recaptured their World Tag Team titles at WrestleMania, defeating the Brood, avenging their loss at Armageddon to win those titles back, and they have become a crowd favorite on Monday Night Raw ever since. Like I said, it's no surprise that in a way that the crowd are rooting for this duo, as we are getting things going with a pretty big array of strikes there, and already the big man wants in. Here comes the showdown, the Hoss showdown between Connor and Luke Gallows. Whoa, look at the agility there of Connor to hit those moves. Karl Anderson goes down temporarily. Connor just a bit too much for him there. Good start for the Ascension in that regard. They need to keep their foot on the gas, though, and not allow Luke Gallows especially a chance back in this matchup. Both men just slugging it out with one another right now. You can just see the shots that are being hit are being met with a lot of intention behind them. Tag made, though. Karl Anderson going to be the legal man in this contest now. Double backdrop there, and the big man that is Connor hits the mat. This is where it could be a little bit difficult for Karl Anderson. He's giving up a bit of weight, but that certainly didn't stop him against Kane and the Undertaker at WrestleMania when he was able to be victorious. Off the ropes comes Karl Anderson, sent on splash there. Goes up to that second rope. Victor is there and tried to catch him on the way down. Forced Karl Anderson to jump early, and that cost him because Victor got out of the way. Over the shoulder powerbomb there. Strength of Connor just really shining through here. Something the Ascension haven't done so far. Uh-oh, this is going to be dangerous. Deadlift powerbomb there. And an elbow drop that follows up what I was about to say, is though something that the Ascension haven't pulled off yet is tag team moves. We've seen 2 so far from the Good Brothers. We have seen none from the Ascension. Karl Anderson trying to bounce back from that offense there. Look at this now. Death Valley driver. To the big brute of the Ascension. And the pendulum could well be shifting. Well, never mind. Connor just got up to his feet like that was nothing. Hard shoulder tackle brings down Karl Anderson now, and Connor dragging him towards the turnbuckle of the Ascension. Tags in Victor, but again, no tag team move. What a shame. Victor, anyway, the legal man here, went for a spinning heel kick. Could not connect with that, but he's causing a bit of a problem here. The speed that this man's got going for him coming off the tag might be quite difficult for Karl Anderson to contend with. Could certainly be a big change in the match if the big man was to get tagged in. Running uppercut in the turnbuckle there. And Connor will get the tag back in there. Quick flurry of offense. Karl Anderson now is the man desperately seeking a tag. Good God, look at the strength of Connor there. Like it was nothing. This is what I was on about, the danger that they present. The danger that the Ascension has going for them in this one. Karl Anderson, backdrop, Connor hangs on. Karl Anderson backing up though to his corner. But is he going to stand his ground? Indeed he is, and he may well regret it. Set face first into the turnbuckle. Hard elbow. Connor sent into the turnbuckle. Tag made. Gallows is the legal man. And the big brutes will step up again. But more importantly, in the aspect of this match, Karl Anderson now is out of the ring. And the fresh Luke Gallows can square up. Connor, though. Seems if Victor wanted to make the tag, Connor was kind of deciding against it. But Gallows took out 2 birds with 1 stone there. Victor on the outside right now on the mat. Sorry, on the floor. Connor on the mat. Cover after that belly to belly. But the Good Brothers have not retained their tag titles just yet. Ascension, I would argue, have been the stronger force in this tag match so far. But when it comes to actually working together as a team, it has been the way of the Good Brothers. There's a flapjack though by Connor. And that could well lead into the fall of man. Connor's feeling it. He's feeling amped up. And if they get it, we may well have new tag team champions. Into the corner. Oh, they're gonna... Yes, they are. Yes, they are. This could be it. They lie in wait. The Ascension. Fall of man. Is that it? Do we have new tag team champions? Anderson in as early as possible. Breaks it up. And Luke Gallows evades danger there. And a big knee in the back there brings down Victor. Uh-oh. Here is trouble. What a counter by Victor. Slipped himself out of that choke slam. The Good Brothers thought they had it there. But Victor was letting them know otherwise. This match still wide open. And Victor doing the best job that he can to deny the tag being made. Luke Gallows, though, finds it in to get out of the ring. Now it's Gallows in need of a tag. I haven't said that the Ascension have been needing a tag in this match, but now on more than one occasion, the Good Brothers have. Good counter, though, by Luke Gallows there. Sidewalk slam, and down goes Victor. Into the turnbuckle goes Victor again, and here's the tag. Karl Anderson in. Drop kick and a fireman's carry flapjack combination there. Karl Anderson feels it within him here. Drop kick. There it is. Karl Anderson getting fired up after finally getting back in the ring. Victor is in trouble here. And turnabout is fair play. Up in the air. Magic killer. The roles reversed. The damage the same. Cover. Connor was able to stop Carl Anderson, but it was too late, and it wasn't enough to stop him in time. Gallows and Anderson retain the tag team titles here at Vengeance. A tough, tall order to be asked there from the Good Brothers. I said they were two of the most dangerous teams for a reason, and they proved that to be the case here tonight. But the Good Brothers walked into Vengeance Tag Team Champions and have walked out with those belts still well around their waist, but it was a hard contest to hold on to them. Make no mistake about it. The Good Brothers celebrate a victory hard into, but here come the Revival! The Revival! We haven't seen them since they joined Monday Night Raw! Dash Wilder, Scott Dawson assaulting the Tag Team Champions! Where did this come from? The Tag Team Champions are down on the mat right now. I don't even know what to make of this. The Revival taking matters into their own net. No, cut back. Cut back. The Revival aren't done. They've hoofed Anderson out of the ring. They've left Gallows. Gallows who got busted open in that attack. The Revival. Shadow Machine. And a Shadow Machine that has floored one half of the Tag Team Champions. But on tonight, the Revival knocked them both down. The Good Brothers lay down on the mat, lay down on the floor outside, just seconds after defeating the Ascension. And who is responsible? The Revival. And they are awfully proud of themselves for that. My goodness. They close one door, and there is a door put right in front of them. And the name of that door, it seems, the name on that door is the Revival. And the Good Brothers have to walk right through it. Wow. We are going to move on very quickly, though. Hopefully we'll have more on that very soon. But we're going to move on to the next matchup here. The Raw Women's Championship match, which was an open challenge, which was accepted, as you can tell right here, by Alexa Bliss. Oh, I think I can finally calm down after what we just witnessed, but what a shocking turn of events here at Vengeance. But nevertheless, Alexa Bliss will be the person to challenge Rosemary here for the Raw Women's Championship. Been talking about this a lot over the last few weeks. The Raw Women's Championship undergoing some kind of a, I guess the best way to put it would be a rebuilding phase. And that was why there was no number one contender crowned, and that was why that the open challenge was put in place, and Alexa Bliss has stepped up to it here. She was one of, I guess, three mainstays, three women who have picked up wins over the last few weeks who would have felt right challenging it, the other two being Gail Kim and Asuka. But Alexa Bliss has to realize that this is what she squares up against. The deranged, downright frightening Rosemary heads towards the ring, as you can hear, with a Brood theme accompanying her. Rosemary, who has been the Raw Women's Champion now since December, winning it off Paige and then retaining the belt as well at WrestleMania over that same woman. Paige, though, of course, a member of the SmackDown Live Women's roster, and that's where kind of the rebuilding phase has come in. I think it was kind of very quickly hit after WrestleMania, and Daro talked about it on Raw as well, that there was basically nothing for the Raw Women's division. You had Rosemary and then everyone else. Something needed to be done about that, and this is the job that is being done. It may well be a long phase of Rosemary as the Raw Women's Champion, but the reason for that is kind of simple. In the fact of, there's great talent. Make no mistake about it. I'm not shitting on the Raw Women's division. There are great talents. Bliss, Gail Kim, Asuka, Emma. They all have their own chance of being champion. But the point I'm trying to get across is that with all of that has gone on over these last months for the Raw Women's division, it is a high gap between Rosemary at the top and kind of everyone else in one groupling well beneath her. And the idea of this rebuilding phase, however long Rosemary's title reign could end up being, for all we know, it could actually end up ending tonight in what would be a very big surprise. But however long that title reign ends up being, the idea is to close the gap between the two. Rosemary, in her own sense, will always feel above the Raw Women's division, but the idea is by the time she loses that title, it's because she lost it to a competitor on the same level as her. And the idea whenever she loses that title is to have the rest of the Raw Women's division on that level. Because then we get better matches, week in and week out, from these hard-working women. Whether or not rebuilding the division means cutting a few loose or bringing in a few from NXT, that may well be the case. But the fact still remains that the rebuilding phase is going on, and they've got to get to work on that. And this is a part of the rebuilding phase here. Is Alexa Bliss being brave enough to step up to the dominant Raw Women's Champion? This could end up taking 10 minutes. This could end up taking 1. We'll find out in a matter of moments. Alexa Bliss comes out of the gate here trying to swing at the Raw Women's Champion, getting out of the way of a hard-looking roundhouse kick early on. And Rosemary just keeps her locked in that hold there, and oh, tangled her up essentially and just brought her down. Rosemary, of course, a member of the Brood, and we're going to be seeing the Brood in action up next. Rather, a member of the Brood, but it kind of is difficult to say where the Brood stands. They've kind of been in turmoil post-WrestleMania, but we'll see if anything happens regarding that, I guess. You know, I don't want to make assumptions, but it certainly seems as if Rosemary and Mordecai still are fine with one another. There's nothing, you know, going on between them two that would suggest otherwise. That is beside the point. What is the point right now is the fact that Rosemary is the Raw Women's Champion. And she has to face Alexa Bliss right now. Just grabbing her by the hair, though. And throwing her across the ring there. I think the rest of the Raw Women's division should be watching this. Whether it's at home right now or in the arena, wherever they are. And kind of realizing. Not so much taking notes for how to beat Rosemary, but just realizing Rosemary is that high, you know, she's on that high of a pedestal. And Alexa Bliss is trying her very best right now to compete against Rosemary, but make no mistake about it, it's a tough and tall order. There was a reason why even Paige couldn't do it. Irish whip into the turnbuckle now, and hard elbows into the face. There's a reason since the championship since the term Raw Women's Championship was coined, that only 2 women have held it. One being Paige and one being Rosemary. And that belt has been around now. It will be a year next month since that belt has been around. And only 2 women have held that belt specifically. Well, ever since it's come under the term Raw Women's Championship. The design, however, has been held by 4. It's not really that much more many, but the difference being that from November to April, 2 women held it, and from last June to now, which we're almost in June, 2 women have held it. There was the insult to injury there by Alexa Bliss, but she couldn't capitalize on it. Rosemary brings her out to the apron there, but a hard forearm by Bliss. She really is putting up a fight here against Rosemary. Has to be said. Oh, caught in midair and just slammed down to the mat. That was brutal by Rosemary there. And Bliss is in trouble. Bliss is in big trouble right now. Rosemary did not like those double knees into the gut. Breaks the chokehold in the turnbuckle there, but there's a lot of danger to what Rosemary can do. And oh, there's the mist of Rosemary. And here comes the follow-up. And another month as champion for Rosemary. Red Wedding. 1, 2, 3. Rosemary retains. Alexa Bliss tried, but it was not enough. Once again, the Raw Women's division should take note. Rosemary is on that high of a level. It's not a pedestal. It is about a 50-foot ladder that they've got to climb up. And they have to try and reach that height before Rosemary can try and get even higher. There are many women on the roster who could make that happen. But the big question is, how soon can they make that happen? They've got to play catch up with Rosemary, and it needs to be done sooner rather than later. I don't know how the Raw General Manager is going to get around to doing it. Something has to be done to sort that issue out. Anyway, as Rosemary retains, we're going to move on to our next contest. It is the first grudge match of the night here between these two men. I said that the Brood are in action up next. Roman Reigns and The Undertaker square off in that rematch from Raw a few weeks ago. It was that man in the background there, Mordecai, who put this match ahead. And The Undertaker looks to avenge his loss a few weeks ago and grant Roman Reigns his first defeat on the Monday Night Raw brand. These two men get ready to square off one-on-one here. Nothing on the line in terms of titles, for all I know, but a lot on the line in terms of just that victory. And that victory means a lot to both men. Roman Reigns heads towards the ring here tonight, and make no mistake about it, he is not in friendly waters here in New Orleans. And he has not been, to be fair, for a very long time, even before he joined the Monday Night Raw roster. Roman Reigns was victorious over The Undertaker in his first match on Monday Night Raw, and The Undertaker did not sit well with him. You could tell. But the rematch was instigated a little over, just under 2 weeks ago by Mordecai. Came out after Roman Reigns defeated Kofi Kingston and said that on behalf of The Undertaker, I challenge you to a rematch at Vengeance. Reigns accepted and promised that The Undertaker would feel the wrath of the Roman Empire. We'll see if that statement will reign true here tonight, but one thing that certainly is the case, that heading into tonight, The Undertaker in his own way got his own back against Roman Reigns on this past Monday. Roman Reigns was supposed to go one-on-one with Mordecai, but the lights went out in the arena, and when they came back on, Roman Reigns was on the ramp, laying down, and The Undertaker stood above him. And a tombstone on the ramp, courtesy of The Undertaker, showed who is in control out of those two men. The mind games The Undertaker plays are second to none, but Roman Reigns wants to make sure that they don't phase him, even away from a mental aspect. The physical aspect of getting your head and your entire weight coming down on your neck on a steel ramp is going to hurt. It's been 6 days though, so I wonder how much Roman Reigns has had the time really to bounce back from it. Both men have a personal vendetta against the other, and they look to settle that here tonight. Whether or not The Undertaker actually wanted this match is up for debate, but he is here right now. He has Mordecai in his corner, and he is getting ready to fight Roman Reigns, and a fight it will be between these two men. If I remember rightly, on the first match between these two, Undertaker hit 2 tombstone pile drivers and couldn't put him away. I think Reigns had to hit either 2 or 3 spears to put away The Undertaker. And I think the same will be said here tonight. I think the victory will be achieved, in the same aspect that I said when it came to the World Tag Team title match. It's not going to come down to the ability to hit the harder moves or the ability to stay in control for the longest amount of time. It's going to come down to that finishing move. And it's not going to come down to who hits it first, because I guarantee both men will survive one finisher. The tombstone will get kicked out of. Spear will get kicked out of. And I'm not saying that as if to say, oh, those moves are weak. I'm saying that because these two guys are way too strong to stay down to 1. That is, without a doubt in my eyes, the case. However, who will have that finishing move to be victorious? Will it be Roman Reigns? Will it be The Undertaker? A lot on the line for these two men. We are underway in this one, and Roman Reigns went running. The Undertaker went running for Roman Reigns, and that was an immediate mistake made by the dead man. And look at how quickly Roman Reigns has made him pay for it. Look at how quickly The Undertaker had him on his back there. Headbutt, and the dead man goes back down. You certainly feel as if The Undertaker is very much so heading into this with much more of a personal mindset than before. He realizes that there is a lot on the line in this match, and he can't afford to lose twice to Roman Reigns. He tombstoned him for a reason on Monday Night Raw. He has to follow up from that, keep things going, and be victorious here tonight. He can't let that tombstone be in vain. Can't let it be the only thing he got over Roman Reigns. And if Undertaker wins here tonight, it may well be the case that we get a third match between these two guys to truly settle this. And if you want to put something on the line, then you can. If you want to put a number one contendership, if you want to put a Money in the Bank spot, you can do that. Undertaker now, big punch in the chest there of Roman Reigns. Taker trying to fight back here. He's certainly got his back against the wall in the early goings. Roman Reigns has flurried ahead. We don't score on points, obviously. We just score on who can put up the 3 count or the submission. Or if needs be, the count out or the disqualification. Undertaker with some good counters so far to Roman Reigns from behind. Reverse DDT. The leader of the Roman Empire will go down. Mordecai watches on. Kind of looking very confident in his own eyes. I don't think he should, in all fairness. You know, the first match between these two guys proved that you shouldn't really be confident, because you can pay for it. Both men really going back and forth with one another, though. Neither man has had a lot of control in this matchup in some ways. Roman Reigns, though, looking to try and prove me wrong in that regard. Look at the strength there of Reigns. Great vertical suplex. Back in the ring is the Undertaker. Superman punch! And for the first time in this match, Mordecai will get involved, but it may not be, you know, trying to distract the referee, but Undertaker countered the spear, nevertheless. Distracting the referee didn't really help that much. The Undertaker did that himself. Roman Reigns gets countered there, and it's time to go to school for Roman Reigns. The Undertaker quick to bounce back. Old school to Roman Reigns. The dead man is ready. The dead man sees the chance and he's going to pounce on it. Roman Reigns in huge trouble. Tombstone pile driver for a victory over Roman Reigns. Not happening. I said it was going to take more than one. And that was certainly proven to be the case right there. The Undertaker calling to the spirits that guide him. Certainly wasn't calling to Mordecai because he turned his back on him. Roman Reigns, though, look at how easily Reigns has got himself back in this matchup. Look at how he fought back almost right away there. Fight between these two guys in this matchup. It's very, very entertaining to witness, I've got to say. Hard knee in the gut there by the Undertaker. Went for some kind of running move. Reigns countered it. Belly to belly there, and with ease, the 7-footer flies over the head of Roman Reigns. Reigns, though, unable to capitalize and trying to get to the ropes here. Trying to get up to his feet as quick as he can. Undertaker. I thought he might have been sending Reigns over the top rope. Decided against it. Hard DDT, though. Roman Reigns who's taking a lot of offense to his head, and it shows there. That stomp in the face just busted him open. Roman Reigns could be in a bit of trouble. Crowd is rooting for The Undertaker here, and it's no real surprise that they are. They were cheering him on the way to the ring and booing Roman Reigns. Delayed suplex there by The Undertaker. And that tombstone really changed a lot in this matchup. The Undertaker has been in firm control ever since. A different story as to what we saw on Raw a few weeks back between these two men. Camel clutch applied now by The Undertaker. Can he get Roman Reigns to tap out here? I highly doubt it, despite the fact that Roman Reigns is busted open right now. Reigns slips his way out of it. From behind, back suplex maybe. Great counter by The Undertaker, calling with a good shot. And look at how quickly The Undertaker will capitalize on the moment. This could end it. Tombstone pile driver. Referee in a count. There's 2. Roman Reigns kicks out again. The Undertaker desperately goes into another cover. 2, and Reigns kicks out again, and The Undertaker is enraged with the fact that he hasn't finished off Roman Reigns here. 2 tombstones, no big move from Reigns yet, but Undertaker hasn't won the match, and that must irritate the dead man to no avail. Look at how just Roman Reigns has fought back right away. Crucifix sit-out powerbomb there. Didn't go for the cover because he knew Undertaker would be in the ropes. Now goes for the count and gets a good 2 count from it as well. Wow. This is very, very close from either man. Roman Reigns going to the turnbuckle. What a fight back from Roman Reigns here. Spear to The Undertaker. Look at how much force was put into that spear. The Undertaker just flying through midair from the force of that spear. And the first one finally hit by Roman Reigns here. Took him a long time, but he got it. Covers The Undertaker now. Into the count. 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns only needed 1. I said right at the start of the match, 1 spear wouldn't end it, but it did. Roman Reigns survived 2 tombstones and an onslaught from The Undertaker. Got busted open and in only 1 spear defeated The Undertaker again. Roman Reigns celebrates a huge win here tonight at Vengeance and seals off his business with The Undertaker with a decisive 2-0 victory against him. Mordecai is enraged on the outside right now. Roman Reigns, though, is your winner in this one. Big win for him as well. I'm going to cut back to the ring here. The Undertaker getting up to his feet. Mordecai getting in the ring, looking at him. Oh! Mordecai striking The Undertaker. Not happy about it. And The Undertaker responds! The Undertaker chokeslam to Mordecai! We've been waiting for this day for so long, and it's finally happened! The Undertaker has snapped on Mordecai! Taker has him up! Tombstone pile driver to Mordecai! The Undertaker is free from the grasp of Mordecai by his own hands. He did that for himself. He did that for his brother. He did that to rid himself of Mordecai, and that just happened here at Vengeance. Roman Reigns wins, but the talking point is that The Undertaker is free of Mordecai, and he made sure that everyone realized that was the case. Bravo, Undertaker. Bravo indeed. He stood up to that man. What a sight that was to behold. I wish I could talk about that for longer, but certainly it'll be a talking point tomorrow night on Raw. Well done, Taker. We're going to move on, though, to our next contest. The opposite of what we just saw right there. A grudge match this one isn't, but a battle to become United States Champion it is. We already know the winner of this match will face Lars Sullivan. Around Money in the Bank time. But that is not what is at the forefront of these two guys' minds. What is that belt around their waist, leaving New Orleans as the champion. Which one will pull it off, though, we will find out. Jay Lethal heads towards the ring here. And this crowd, in many ways, is still in quite a bit of shock over what they just witnessed, as am I. I can't believe it finally happened. And it was so sweet to see it. Mordecai pushed too many buttons on The Undertaker. And after a very, very long 8 months of being in the Brood, The Undertaker said not a day longer. Wow. Just incredible to witness, but I've really got to push away from that and focus on this match. Lethal became #1 contender, winning a triple threat match involving Kassius, Ohno, and Lars Sullivan, who we saw here earlier tonight. And he got the chance against this man. The most physical these two guys got with one another was staring each other in the eye, face to face, on an episode of Monday Night Raw. Even then, though, you could tell there was respect between both men. And there certainly is respect regardless of the outcome here tonight. And Daniel Bryan certainly has the fans on his side heading into this matchup. But to be fair, that shouldn't really deter Jay Lethal in any way. When the Yes movement rolls into town, it's always going to be tough to try and derail them. Daniel Bryan, the man who has been loyal to Raw since day one of this universe, and the man who has, in many ways, just been the absolute pinnacle star of Raw. If you have to ask me to say who I think is the definitive long-term face of Monday Night Raw, it would be Daniel Bryan. He's a man who has been on Raw for so long that he has won every title on Raw that he can win at least twice. No one else in this universe has done that. Daniel Bryan has. That's just incredible. But nevertheless, here tonight, he's going to be tested to remain the United States champion. Jay Lethal feels it within him that this could be his time. Lethal, I believe, and I may need to be corrected if I'm wrong, holds the record for the longest reigning United States champion. If he does still hold that record, that's incredible. But does he? I feel like he does. I might be wrong, though. Tyler Breeze might have eclipsed him. But if he does, that was a very long time ago he held that record. It was a very, very long time ago he had that title. And the fact that Lethal may still have that record speaks a lot of volumes. If he doesn't have it, I would easily imagine he has second place. I don't think there's been a long reigning... I don't think there was a really long reigning United States champion in 2017. Adam Cole, I think, might have been the longest. But even then, I don't think he was... Certainly wasn't longer than Jay Lethal's. Just the question of whether or not Tyler Breeze is the longest. I'll have to double check on that one. But nevertheless, we are underway here in this match. Daniel Bryan and Jay Lethal with a clean break there in the corner as we get things underway here. Great to see that between these two guys. Clean break. They know what's at stake, but they know that they're always going to adhere with the rules with one another. Side headlock takeover there by Jay Lethal. Daniel Bryan has to try and get himself out of it, and indeed he does. Leg scissor hold here. Lethal kips his way right out of that, returns to the side headlock. Great back and forth action thus far. Daniel Bryan into a side headlock, now standing version of it. And takes down Jay Lethal there with a side headlock takeover. Lethal forcing the back up to their feet here. Daniel Bryan. Knee to the head there of Jay Lethal. In that tight clinch gives him an early advantage. Great back and forth there by both men to get things going. Certainly even playing field. Daniel Bryan looked to get out a flurry of quick strikes there, and Jay Lethal makes sure that didn't happen. Kick in the chest there. These two men may well have a slow start with each other, but you can tell it's going to pick up as time goes on, and we're going to be in for a lot of big moves, big action. Can't wait for it. Lethal immediately tilt-a-whirl or float over DDT, whatever you'd prefer to call it. And now it seems that the self-proclaimed greatest first-generation wrestler, best first-generation wrestler, is in control. Daniel Bryan, though, doing good on his ability to counter him there. And Bryan winded up that kick there within him. A roundhouse kick caught flush in the head there of Jay Lethal, but maybe the referee took too long to count. Not 100% sure on that one. Either way, down went Jay Lethal, and he's up relatively early, but hard forearms there, repeating by Daniel Bryan. In the gut, not once, but twice. Coast to coast across the ring, and a Russian leg sweep there will bring down Jay Lethal. Trying to remember who was responsible for bringing Lethal over in the draft. I think it was someone in a battle royal, maybe. That might be the case. Might be wrong there. Don't remember for certain. It was either... Yeah, I think it was a Battle Royal. So in that case, I think it would have been... Cody? Was it Cody? I think it was Cody Rhodes. Who, of course, now is a member of the SmackDown Live roster. Jay Lethal, though, kind of filling in where Cody Rhodes left off by immediately going for that United States Championship. These two guys are really back and forth with one another right now, and you can kind of just tell both guys have that need within them to be champion, and they're trying to catch the other one out. Certainly, though, Bryan's been hitting some of the harder moves here, but a lot of his moves have been strikes so far in this matchup. I think Lethal's plan could well be to try and weather the storm. Try and keep himself in it. Lethal, though, with a hard counter there, elbowed him right in the head. Now, Daniel Bryan, they're trying to swing at Lethal. You could tell he was getting a bit agitated there. Lethal was doing a great job of keeping his distance there and denying Bryan the chance. Bryan, though, hit that Saito suplex, and that changed a lot. Lethal down on the mat right now. Not really that responsive. Bryan up high. Flying headbutt. Caught him flush. Bryan goes in for the cover here and looks to retain his title over Lethal. No. Kick out at 2 denies that from happening. Now Lethal needs to get something big. Now Lethal needs to hit a hard move here and turn things around. Otherwise, Daniel Bryan could well be on his way to run away with this. Lethal sent to the outside there through the ropes. Trying to recover. But Daniel Bryan doesn't want to give him that time. Bryan sizing up the opportunity. Suicide dive to the outside. Both men hit just as hard as the other. But the flying impact there of Daniel Bryan brought Lethal down. And it's almost like a car crash out there with those two men. The bodies just flying around. But it's Jay Lethal who brings them back in the ring after that suicide dive. I don't know how Lethal's fought back, but he's found a way there. Facebuster now. Lethal has him here and plants him down into the mat. A part of the lethal combination from Jay Lethal, and he was looking to take a flight there. He was looking to springboard. Daniel Bryan turned over, though, and now a cover after that. No surprise there was a 1 count. There was a long time between the move being connected and the cover. But as I said, Lethal needed something big, and I think he just showed that that was his big move. And Lethal may well have more than one big move up his sleeve. Daniel Bryan, not responsive right now. In trouble. Lethal off the ropes. Lethal injection. Are we looking at the new United States champion? 1, 2. Oh, Bryan kicked out. Lethal is enraged. He thought he had him there. Daniel Bryan, though, weathered the storm again. And now this match really peaks up. Now it's all about the next big hit. Bryan getting his leg worked over there, but Jay Lethal is just maintaining superb control right now. Irish whip face first into that turnbuckle, but Bryan fights back. Big drop kick there. Lethal goes down. Daniel Bryan trying to get a fire lit up within him now. Attacks the knees there and the legs as well of Jay Lethal. Bryan, though, countered. Lethal forearm shot in the face. These two guys so back and forth with one another. It is so difficult for either man to maintain control. Tiger suplex. Incredible bridge by Bryan, but only gets a 2 count. Bryan getting himself worked up here. He's firing himself up. All cylinders may be ready to go. Lethal, though, counters him. Sends Bryan into the turnbuckle. The engine could be powering down within Bryan, or not. Countered. Lethal sent into the turnbuckle. Oh, look at that by Bryan. Flips over him there. Perfectly done. Ducks the clothesline. Running elbow. Down goes Jay Lethal, and Bryan returns to that top rope again. Looking for that flying head, but no. Bryan calling Lethal up to his feet. Lethal is staggered and dazed. Big drop kick by Bryan. And Bryan senses something within him here. He might have been thinking running knee, but Lethal was just too close for his liking. Turns him round. Bryan will apply the yes lock here. And he has it locked in. Middle of the ring. Nowhere for Lethal to go. He's trying to crawl to make the ropes. Trying to crawl to get himself there. Trying to not tap out. Trying to hope that he can remain within a chance of being United States champion. It's locked in. And Lethal had no choice but to tap out. Bryan was making sure he was getting nowhere near the ropes. Lethal had taken a lot of punishment in this match. Daniel Bryan remains the United States champion here at Vengeance. Great contest by both men who had the same idea in their mind, to win and to be champion. Only one, of course, was going to get that, and it's Daniel Bryan who remains the champion and will face Lars Sullivan in his next title defense. Jay Lethal put up a great fight, and at one moment it seemed like he was going to be champion. But Daniel Bryan did just enough to hold on to that title. There's a reason why this guy is beloved by all. And he wins again to make sure he doesn't let them down. But we're going to move on to our next contest here. Oh boy, a grudge match indeed fits the term for this one. Triple H and CM Punk, one-on-one against each other. These two men detest one another, and only one will get the win over the other. Triple H sick and tired of guys like Punk getting opportunities over him. CM Punk wanting to prove that he is better than Triple H. He is the best in the world for a reason, and he is proving it at Vengeance. These two guys have had their bad blood with each other, and it gets settled here tonight. This all started back in the first Raw following the draft and the supplemental draft. CM Punk came over in the supplemental draft and was arguably the biggest pick of the draft as well. And Triple H was not too happy about the attention the Punk got right then, and was certainly not happy when on his first night on Monday Night Raw, CM Punk had a one-on-one match, a non-title match against the World Heavyweight Champion, Marty Scurll. The match didn't start. Triple H came running down the ramp, smashed CM Punk into the steel steps, hit him with a pedigree in the ring, took Punk out of action for a week, and Triple H bragged up about it. Took pride in what he did and said, whenever you come back, CM Punk, I will be waiting. Well, it certainly wasn't Triple H who was waiting, rather than CM Punk, who waited a strike in anger and in vengeance. Pun intended in some ways. Following Triple H's victory over Adam Cole, give a heavy assist to Marty Scurll on that one. As Triple H was watching the two brawling up the ramp, he didn't pay attention to behind him, where CM Punk ran through the crowd and hit him with a go to sleep to put him down and to get revenge for what had happened 2 weeks prior. Then on this past episode of Monday Night Raw, Triple H once again took to the microphone, wanted to brag up and wanted to talk about what had happened the week prior. Interrupted by CM Punk, and the two agreed for this match at Vengeance. Triple H playing up the points that CM Punk is not the best. Triple H is. CM Punk doesn't deserve the opportunities. Triple H does. And after Vengeance, CM Punk will not be the one next in line for the World Heavyweight Championship, but rather Triple H will. And he will have deserved it by shutting up CM Punk and by beating him. CM Punk retorted that Triple H did not deserve any of those opportunities, and the reason why Punk had is because he has fought for so long. Because he is truly the best in the world, and he shows it every night he competes. They also had a bit of cheap talk with each other, bringing up WrestleMania. Triple H said CM Punk cannot win when it matters. Just look at WrestleMania and look at his defeat to Brock Lesnar. But Punk retorted by saying, look who is actually at WrestleMania. And then those two, with all the talk that they had had with one another, it hit its boiling point. And we saw it when they brawled throughout the arena, through the crowd and to backstage. The brawl actually ended up going outside of the arena just a little bit, but enough to the fact that it was there was almost a public risk that the two would have ended up fighting throughout the city. Thankfully, that was detained, and this matchup here tonight will still go ahead. But certainly, you can hear from the reaction here in New Orleans that CM Punk is in home water. CM Punk is getting the cheers heading into this matchup. They want Punk to be the winner of this one. And what a match this is going to be by both men. The pent-up aggression to finally get their hands on each other. It happens here. What happened on Raw on Monday, I think, was just a portion of what is to come here tonight. These two men want to do far worse to one another than what they were able to do on Raw. They were just basically swinging strikes at each other back and forth. There was no intent to try and hit a big move. There was no intent for a go-to-sleep or a pedigree. They were just punching each other. They were slugging it out. But now here tonight, it is not about slugging it out with the other. It is about beating the other. For the 3 count, for the submission, whatever they decide is best, that is what they're here to do. And we're underway here. And Triple H trying to go up to the top rope. I don't think that was certainly not the wisest thing the game has ever done. And look at how he pays for it in the early goings here. Up high is Triple H. Superplex by CM Punk. I have no idea what Triple H was thinking there, but CM Punk certainly made him pay for it. The early goings here. What will both men look for? Certainly seems as if Punk is just looking to frustrate Triple H with a myriad of reversals. As the count slowly begins here. I wonder what either man will look for on the outside here. CM Punk certainly isn't interested in having a fight on the outside right now. He would rather wait until later on, maybe. Early cover on Triple H as well. It certainly seems as if Punk is trying to piss off Triple H in the early goings. Suplex countered there by Triple H. Hard knee in the head. Triple H has got nothing so far on CM Punk. He's got reversals, but he hasn't had any of his big moves. DDT, though, connects. Punk goes down, and that could be a turning point in this matchup. Triple H with a... almost looked like the point of his elbow hit Punk in the back of the head. Whether he intended it or not, that's what he got. Choking out Punk a little bit there as well. Look at the strikes now raining in on Punk. Make no mistake about it, though, Punk has been through many wars in the past. The shots from Triple H do not, they do not stun him in any way. Just look at WrestleMania when he fought Brock Lesnar. What a match that was. CM Punk had to take so much offense on that evening. I imagine he's going to have to take a lot here tonight against Triple H. I mean, Triple H and Brock Lesnar are 2 completely different cases. Triple H will break you down physically and mentally, and then get that victory that he is seeking. Brock Lesnar just wants to beat you. Triple H wants a total victory over you. And Triple H right now looking to seek that on the outside there. CM Punk dumped face first into that barricade, but he counters here, and the fight is starting to break out on the outside here with both men. Triple H moves out of the way, but Punk sends him into the barricade. Catches the boot, elbow there. Oh, into the ring pole for Triple H. And again, he gets sent into it. Both men choosing to ignore the count temporarily here and just squaring up with one another. Can't reach 7 before we got back in the ring. Triple H, Spinebuster! Whoa, that one came from out of left field, and it's turned around the state of this matchup right now, maybe. Punk, though, with a good counter over the top rope. Great counter by Triple H. Staggers around a little bit, does Punk, and he's in huge trouble. CM Punk might be done for. Pedigree! Triple H hits big, but has he done enough? Will that pedigree warrant a deserving victory? There's the count, and that tells the story. Nope. A kick out at 1 by CM Punk, and the fact is that it wasn't the pedigree, that wasn't enough. It was everything else. Triple H hasn't done enough yet to try and put this match to bed. CM Punk, though, Shining Wizard, Bulldog. That's a lead-in for CM Punk as well. But Punk doesn't look for the go-to-sleep just yet. He goes for the cover on Triple H. Might be thinking that it could be enough. Triple H gives him a 1 count in response. Punk, though, lined up, ready to strike. CM Punk with Triple H up. Go to sleep. And that game could be out. 1, 2, kick out. Both men already hitting their big moves. We're not even 5 minutes into this matchup. CM Punk kind of walking around Triple H for a moment there, thinking, what do I do now? Both men have gone through the phase of hitting their big moves, trying to put the other one away. Now they have to take it to the next phase. Counter there by CM Punk. Nice knee up on the shoulders here. Doesn't look like he's taking go to sleep. No, he's not. Samoan driver. Working on that back right now of Triple H. Trying to take a lot of offense away from him in this crowd here, as we sometimes share throughout a lot of arenas. Kind of on the side of Triple H. Certainly a portion of the crowd is. Hey, I'm not complaining. Cheer on Triple H all you want. Kick out there at 1 by Triple H, and CM Punk continuing to remain in control here and continuing to keep Triple H down on the mat. More importantly as well. Up on the second rope goes Punk again, and he calls up Triple H to his feet here. Game staggering up. And Triple H gets out of the way of what looked like a attempted flying forearm maybe. Counter by Punk now. Met with that kick in the head again. And Triple H backbreaker to Punk. He saw that chance awaiting him. And he went for it. Triple H might have been thinking pile driver there. Punk able to counter it. Into the cover here. Triple H close to the ropes. Referee doesn't say rope break though. Nearly kick out by the game again. CM Punk's strikes in this matchup I think have been a real part of how he's maintained control for so long. They've been hitting hard into Triple H, and there's kind of a bit of a stalemate going on here. Triple H trying to recover on the outside. Punk ends up going out of the ring and may pay for it. Into the barricade he goes. Uh-oh, what is Triple H going to do here? Has him up in a powerbomb position. Oh no! Powerbombs him down on the barricade. What a big move there by the game. Oh. That hurt just watching. But CM Punk fighting back there. Step up in Zaguri. And now Triple H takes a ride into the steps. Count continuing here, up to 6 once more. These two guys can fight on the outside all they like. We saw that on Monday, but Triple H adheres to the count, and I think that was the reason why, so he could blast CM Punk with a strike like that. Drags him towards the middle of the ring. Triple H going after the legs here. Indian Deathlock is going to be applied here by Triple H now. He's either wearing down Punk or he wants to make him tap. Certainly taking away the legs of CM Punk is a smart idea. First he has to get him up for the go to sleep, which it requires a lot of leg power, and then he's going to have to hit it. And we're going to go to the outside again though in this one. No surprise really that we keep on ending up on the outside with all the hatred that these two guys possess for one another. And we've seen that in a lot of ways. Like I said, the strikes of CM Punk, but the fact that there's been so many strikes in this matchup as well tell the story of how much these guys hate each other. CM Punk sees the chance awaiting him though, and could be on the home stretch here. Up to that top rope he goes. Punk looking for that prime moment to strike with the elbow. Leaps in. Triple H moved out of the way. And Triple H now can take control again. Uses the ropes as leverage and hits that suplex. Now let's see what Triple H will do here. Nothing. Punk again able to counter. And clothesline. And back over and out we go to the outside. Or certainly Triple H does again. Count begins here. Triple H just trying to recover on the outside there. CM Punk with some hard shots for him. Triple H brings him back in and hits that hard neck breaker. Triple H on the outside has Punk. Pedigree! A pedigree on the outside. That thin padding there that separates the wrestlers from concrete. CM Punk ain't moving. Triple H may have done enough to beat CM Punk here. Oh my God. Triple H went to all resorts to try and be victorious here. He's taking a long time though. He goes into the cover finally. There's 2 and Punk kicks out. He took too long. He took too long and he didn't have it in him to finish the job there. Took too long, gave Punk too much of a window to capitalize, but he keeps going here. Punk responds though, looks to fly from up high, cross body. And Punk again will take himself to the top rope here. Does he already see another elbow drop on its way? He certainly does. Triple H this time doesn't move out of the way. Will this finish him off? There's the count and there's a kick out. CM Punk though stays right on the offense. He ain't giving Triple H time to recover like Triple H gave him. I think CM Punk might have been thinking go to sleep there. He tried to pick him up, but Triple H did his best to counter right away. Triple H now kicking the gut. Countered up by Punk. These two guys are awfully competitive with one another and I am enjoying it thus far. Triple H rolls outside of the ring there for a moment. Again, we go to the outside in this one, though. Punk puts him down on the barricade there. Didn't seem to have the ferocity that Punk was hoping for, but I think that just goes to show that this matchup has not been easy for either man. It's taken a lot to defeat the other. Next big move that strikes is going to close this one out. I truly believe that's going to be the case. Spinebuster! Triple H hopes that's the big move to finish it off. And Punk kicks out. What a match this has been by both men. Truly giving it everything to be victorious and have used everything they can to their advantage as well. The ropes, the top rope, the outside, the barricade, the steps, the apron. They've used everything that they are allowed to use. Triple H now has CM Punk up high. Back superplex. And Triple H goes into the cover again, hoping it's enough. There's 2. There's a kick out. Only just though. By CM Punk. Triple H trying everything to be the winner here. Pile driver drills Punk into the mat there. Didn't look like there was much response from him either. Punk almost seemed lifeless after it. Maybe not. Punk with a hard counter there, kick in the gut. And another kick that follows. Strikes again, raining in from the best. And he gets that neck breaker. How much of these two men exerted at one another? How much of these two men taken out of one another to try and be victorious here? Up on the shoulders. Punk not thinking go to sleep. Another Samoan driver there, but it's amazing that he's still able to execute a move this late into the matchup. And I say late because I feel like the end is on its way. Single underhook suplex there. Punk goes into the cover. Triple H has tried everything. CM Punk, the same can be said for him really. But CM Punk will look once more to be victorious. He brings up Triple H onto his shoulders. Does he have it in him? Go to sleep to Triple H. Will this do it? 1, 2. Yes, it will. CM Punk beats Triple H. And there is your winner. There is your revenge exerted. CM Punk has done it. He stayed true to his words, and he shows why he calls himself the best in the world. And the crowd certainly are happy for that CM Punk victory. He truly had to fight for it, but he earned it. And even though there was nothing on the line in this match in terms of titles, I believe we are looking at the next #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. Though that is only a guess by me. After all, I am not the Raw General Manager. But one thing will be certified here tonight, and that is who will be the World Heavyweight Champion. In what could very well be the final meeting between these two guys, we are ready to do this thing. Adam Cole and Marty Scurll. The World Heavyweight Championship is on the line. And so much is on the line as well. Can Scurll hold on to that title? Can Cole finally get that victory that makes him World Champion? And of course, as I said, if Adam Cole doesn't win, he must leave the Monday Night Raw roster. And as Cole heads towards the ring for what could be his last stand and his last match as a member of the Raw roster, this crowd cheers him towards the ring as they have done on so many nights. All over this country, all over the world, they have cheered Adam Cole towards the ring. And it is present here tonight once again. They want Adam Cole as World Heavyweight Champion. They want him to stay. They want him to beat Marty Scurll and to be World Heavyweight Champion. Yes, Adam Cole already has a reign as World Champion, but it was for minutes that it lasted after being cashed in on by Jinder Mahal. Jinder's out of the way right now, but these two men still are locking horns with one another. This all came about, I mean, we can say before WrestleMania, but if we're to go from WrestleMania, Marty Scurll won the World Heavyweight Championship. Adam Cole wanted a championship opportunity. Scurll said, no, you don't deserve it. Adam Cole risked his career. He said, if I lose, I will leave Monday Night Raw. And that man accepted. And look at how he dresses himself up here tonight. Marty Scurll, like a white knight coming in to purge the sickness that is Adam Cole away from Raw. He is donned up to his fullest. He is soaking in everything that has made him World Heavyweight Champion. And Marty Scurll knows that this could be the night that he rids Monday Night Raw, rids himself, and rids that World Heavyweight Championship of Adam Cole. That is all Marty Scurll has served himself to be when it comes to that title, is a spoiler. He spoiled Adam Cole's chance of being World Heavyweight Champion by beating Jinder Mahal. He did it at WrestleMania, and he spoiled the chance of Cole becoming champion before then. Can he spoil Adam Cole becoming World Champion here tonight over him? And can he get Adam Cole away from the Monday Night Raw roster? You see the look on Adam Cole's face. He realizes it. This is do or die. He risked his Monday Night Raw career for this. It's got to pay out. It has to pay out for Adam Cole. Defeat is not on the mind. There's no what-if scenario running through Adam Cole's mind right now that he is going to lose. Every scenario Adam Cole would have played through has to end in the same way. Victory. He's fought Scurll one-on-one before and he's beaten him. But can he do it when it really counts? Can he do it when the world title that he has hunted since December is on the line? 5 months Adam Cole has hunted that title, and it will end here tonight. Either with Adam Cole as world champion or not on this roster anymore. Here we go. One more match between these guys, and we are underway, and immediately Marty Scurll looks to mess in the mind of Adam Cole. He gets out of the ring and tries to pounce himself there at Adam Cole, and it didn't work out the way he wanted it to. These two men finished off on Raw. Marty Scurll beat Sting on Raw, but was laid out by Adam Cole, struck him in the face with his own title. Make no mistake about it, this is just like the match before. The hatred between these two men, though, is far greater. It's gone on for months, and it ends here tonight, one way or the other. Scurll has to try and do everything that made him world champion. He has to try and do that on Adam Cole here and win. You could argue Marty Scurll became world champion because it was a triple threat match at Mania. And that when it comes to, he hasn't beat Adam Cole one-on-one yet. Cole has to try and do this here tonight. He has to try and finally become world champion. And I know right now, wherever he is, the Raw general manager is watching this very, very closely. He doesn't really like both men, but make no mistake about it, he hates Adam Cole. And after he turned on the Bullet Club, I hated Adam Cole for the longest time. But right now, I cannot, I mean, it's my own personal take, but I cannot pick a winner. Adam Cole has come full circle. He went from being a guy who the Raw crowd didn't know how to react to him after he turned on Bullet Club, to now being, I think, to being the crowd favorite. But make no mistake about it, if Adam Cole loses here tonight, he's gone out fighting. He's gone out putting his heart on the line. And if Adam Cole loses here tonight, he also won't be gone from this universe. Do not think that that is going to be the case. That will not be the case. Myself and SmackDown Live, will definitely be in a bidding war of some kind to get Cole on this roster. We'll go for him. But it's just a question of who will get him if he loses. We may not even have to worry about a bidding war. We may not have to worry about putting money aside for him or offering him hopes. Because he could be World Heavyweight Champion here tonight. And finally it will come full circle for him. Discus forearm there by Scurll. And he goes into the cover here. And you see the difference. Scurll now, I think this is not... I don't even think this is the first time in this match he's gone for the cover yet. He's fine with anything finishing off Adam Cole. He's fine with that. He just wants Cole gone. Adam Cole, I think, if he's going to finish this, it's going to be a Panama Sunrise. It's going to be something big to become champion. Tequila Sunrise locked in now by Marty Scurll, wearing down Adam Cole and his limbs. Nice work there by Cole to get himself out of it, though. These two men just trading back and forth right now, going tit for tat with the other. Another counter there by Scurll, however. What a backdrop by Adam Cole, though. Picked Scurll out of midair. Drags him into the middle of the ring. There goes for the cover. I think that was just one that he was looking to wear down Scurll with. He knew he wasn't going to be world champion off of that move. Nice drop toe hold though by Marty Scurll, and the ego the villain has going for him right now is shining through. He senses that he has control in his own way. What I think makes this better in some ways is that if it was no DQ, then there was a lot of what-ifs that could be raised. Fact is, Adam Cole, to win here tonight, has to be the better wrestler. But the same has to be said of Marty Scurll. Weapons have been a forte for Scurll since he got himself involved with Adam Cole and that World Heavyweight Championship. He can't use a weapon here tonight. He has to use his own ability. He has to be the better wrestler. After that super kick, Cole could have turned things around greatly. And Cole senses it. This could be the move that finally gets Adam Cole that world title. Panama Sunrise. Oh, what a counter by Marty Scurll. Turns it over. Sunset flip into the cover. Does it send Adam Cole away from Raw? No. I don't think I've seen the Panama Sunrise reversed in that fashion before. Marty Scurll, though, capitalizes. Full Nelson facebuster. Cover to put Cole away, and it's a kick out of 2 again. Wow. That was quick there by Scurll. The world champion. Hope that was enough, and you can see it in this New Orleans crowd. They are watching so intently. It's almost like they're saying, they're watching with such an eye, just wondering what's gonna happen. Where do we go? Who is going to be champion? That is the big story, because make no mistake about it, whoever wins this match, a huge outcome follows. It's either the story, the fairy tale story coming true for Adam Cole, or the reality that Scurll is world champion and Cole is gone, and you saw there Adam Cole with some less than PG imagery, shall we say, with those middle fingers to Scurll, as Scurll responds with a middle finger of his own. Crossface chicken wing, locked in. If Adam Cole taps out, he is gone from Monday Night Raw, and Marty Scurll retains that title. Will it happen? Is Cole gonna give up? No, he can't. He refuses to let that happen. Fights his way out of it there with that elbow. Sent into the corner is Marty Scurll. Good God, this match is so competitive. These two guys know each other so well. But every big move that strikes, I have a bit of worry within me that it will be the final move. And I don't want this match ending yet. As much as there is on the line, I want to keep on watching this great match. Superplex by Cole, and he goes into the cover, hoping it puts him within a shout of being champion. But Scurll continues to kick out early and deny that. What now? What now from either man? Kicking the back there again by Adam Cole. And the pendulum has shifted in this match following. Back crossface chicken wing. And here comes some more big kicks. Super kick by Cole. Scurll can't get himself out of the corner. Super kick again. And Cole runs up. Super kick to Scurll. A trio of super kicks, and the world champion was busted open by them. Into the cover to become world champion. Whoa, kick out at 1. And Cole realized he's busted open and he wants to capitalize on it, elbowing him in the head repeatedly. And here comes a golden opportunity, maybe. Adam Cole, Panama Sunrise. Is this it? Is it finally over for Adam Cole? Will the dream come true? Is Adam Cole World Heavyweight Champion? He has to drag Marty Scurll away from the ropes, but is it gonna happen? Into the count. 1, 2, no! He kicked at it too. And Adam Cole really hoped that was it. He wanted it to be it. Hard knee in the face there. Discus forearm. Countered. Step up kick. Countered. Clothesline. Countered. Super kick by Cole. What a back and forth by both men. The desire to be world champion shining through in just those few seconds. And this New Orleans crowd is all in. Is all invested in it. Emerald Fusion there by Adam Cole, and he picks up Marty Scurll again. Super kick drills him down, and Adam Cole looks for one right after the other. Number 2, Panama Sunrise. This has got to be it. This has to be it. Within a minute of each other. No way. Marty Scurll kicks out at 1. Adam Cole can hardly believe it. Scurll tried keeping up to his feet there. He tried to fight back right away. And Adam Cole denied it. And these two men just started to swing at each other again. Chops across the chest. Marty Scurll, Irish whip here. Running discus forearm, and Adam Cole goes down. Into the cover here. Does that put Cole away? No. But Scurll is tired. You can see it in his actions. Scurll is very exhausted from this matchup. He's put a lot in to try and be the champion. To try and remain the World Heavyweight Champion. He's not done yet. And I think he knows it. I think Scurll knows that he's still got a ways to go. But he's taken so much offense in this matchup already that there may not be much to go for Adam Cole to become World Heavyweight Champion. Cover on Scurll here. There's 2 and a kick out. Cole still looking very fresh. Scurll isn't, to put it nicely. Up to the top rope goes Adam Cole now. Something big could be on its way here. Looking to fly. He calls Scurll up to his feet. Through the air. Oh, what a clothesline. Adam Cole going to the turnbuckle. I thought he was thinking of running Panama Sunrise there. We saw Scurll mock that move on Monday. And the time that Cole took taunting there enabled Scurll to get himself back in and up on that second rope. What an elbow drop there by Marty Scurll. Got all of it. And Cole could be in a bit of trouble here. Cole could really be in trouble. Crossface, and that chicken wing is locked in. Nowhere near the ropes is Adam Cole. He's going to have to fight out of this one again. Referee wondering if he'll tap, and look at how quickly Cole gets out of it. And the stunned reaction from Scurll tells the story of how surprising that was for the world champion. He was not expecting that, and neither was I. And these two men could be getting ready to counter each other again. Hard elbow, kick in the gut, countered by Scurll. Kick in the gut by Scurll. Flip power bomb, and he goes for a cover. Will this end it? No. Innovative offense, though, by the world champion. And another flip power bomb connects. Marty Scurll now takes himself into the corner. And the villain takes a moment to taunt. He has been busted open for a while now. But it's almost like he's taking it in his pride. Headbutt there to the back of Adam Cole. Throws him across the ring. Scurll is still going despite all that he's taken in this matchup. Oh, that was dangerously close there. He was stomping the balls, but I think even if he did, I don't think the referee would have called for the bell. I don't think he would have called DQ. Super kick by Cole! But he knows it's not enough. Adam Cole has to do more here to be world champion. He's hit 2 Panama Sunrises. A third could be on its way. German suplex. Bridges to be champion. No, Scurll kicks out again. Oh my God, what a match this has been. Adam Cole, though. Is it going to happen? Third time the charm. No! Scurll counters him again. Sunset flip in for the cover to retain, to send Adam Cole away. And again, Cole kicks out. Single underhook. Suplex, though, was the response of Adam Cole, baby. This is the will to fight. This is Adam Cole wearing his heart on his sleeve. Because everything he has done, he is doing not to survive, but to be world champion. I've got to say it right now at this moment in the match. It's looking much more like Cole's in control than Scurll. Super kick, double foot stomp. What a combination of moves there by Adam Cole. And again, he looks for it. Emerald Flosion gets it. Hooks the leg. Is this the move that makes him champion? No. This is incredible. This really is incredible by both men. Adam Cole might be thinking another Emerald Flosion, but again, Scurll able to counter a big move. He's hit 2 crossface. He's locked in 2 crossface chicken wings, and he hasn't been able to put away Adam Cole. Cole has hit 2 Panama Sunrises and hasn't put away Marty Scurll. Could very well be that the next, the next crossface chicken wing could end it. The next Panama Sunrise, no, I say the next crossface chicken wing could end it. The next Panama Sunrise will end it. Super kick again, and it could be way closer than we imagine. No, again. He kicks out. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. And Scurll bringing himself to his feet. Cole was going to the corner, and Scurll crawls to Adam Cole. And he strikes him as well. I don't know what Cole was thinking there, just watching on, but that was a big error made by him. Tilt-a-whirl DDT, and Adam Cole goes down. Scurll jumps in for the cover. Is this enough to end it? No. You sense now both men will let anything be the move to win the title and to put this one to rest. Another single underhook suplex by Adam Cole. And he goes after that open wound on Marty Scurll's head. This crowd now is getting louder and louder with everything that happens. They want this to be the end. They want this to be the end. Number 3. Will he get it? Panama Sunrise. That's it. It's over. It's done. Adam Cole is going to do it. Adam Cole is going to be world champion. It's finally going to happen. Number 3 connects. Come on, Cole. Adam Cole into the cover. 1, 2. Marty Scurll kicks out again. Oh my god, I cannot believe this. I don't think neither can Adam Cole. Scurll fights out of it. He's still going. Drop toe hold now. He just took a 3rd Panama Sunrise, and Adam Cole, and Marty Scurll still fighting. Scurll in the corner. He runs up. Panama Sunrise to Adam Cole. Will it send him away from Raw? 1, 2, no. But he mocked him with his own move, even after everything he's taken in this matchup. Scurll is trying. Scurll is really trying. He wants this to be over. So badly. DDT there by Scurll. And I think, yes it has. Blood for blood has been drawn. Adam Cole is finally busted open in this one. Marty Scurll has drawn his own measure of blood, and he sends Adam Cole to the outside there with a clothesline. And Marty Scurll flies with a suicide dive. Take a look at that. From the world champion, willing to risk it all in that moment to retain the gold. And the fight continues to break out here on the outside. Marty Scurll has taken more than I think so many men could have. More than most. More than nearly any. Is still in this. Is still in with a shout of being world champion. We count up to 6 now. Marty Scurll could let this... He could just do that. He could roll back in the ring, win by count out. But even Scurll realizes that's not what he wants. I think that's incredible. That even Marty Scurll, a man known for being the villain, wants to beat Adam Cole definitively. Count up to 4 now. On the outside. Uh-oh. Oh my goodness! Not only did he slam him on the apron, but that LED screen right there. Oh, that hurt. That even hurt me to listen to. Adam Cole brings him up to his feet. Super kick. Countered by Scurll. Forearm in the face. And again in the turnbuckle. Tornado DDT now. Scurll senses something within him here. He's exhausted, but he's fighting on. He goes in the turnbuckle. Adam Cole in trouble. Super kick by Scurll. Moves into the cover as quick as he can. 1, 2. No, Cole kicks out. Scurll, though, he sees a golden opportunity awaiting him. Marty Scurll's going to go for it. Will 3rd time be the charm? Marty Scurll. Crossface chicken wing is applied, and this crowd is up on its feet. They're begging Cole not to tap out. They're begging him to survive. Will Adam Cole stay in it? Oh my God! Adam Cole taps out! Marty Scurll is still the World Heavyweight Champion. But Adam Cole is gone from Monday Night Raw. And this crowd is silenced. It is shocked. Marty Scurll has finished Adam Cole on Monday Night Raw. And you look at the grin on this man's face. That sick smile from Marty Scurll. He knows he just finished it. Adam Cole wore his heart on his sleeve. Gave everything everything he had. And Marty Scurll beat him. I don't know. I'm stunned. I really am. I didn't actually expect this to happen, but it has. Marty Scurll beats Adam Cole. Adam Cole is no longer a member of the Raw roster. I am shocked. That'll end Vengeance even, but wow. There is no doubt in saying it. He has given everything over these last few months on Monday Night Raw. He has been a true face of the brand, but now it is no longer. And as Adam Cole bows out to Monday Night Raw, I think we all say the same thing. Thank you, Adam Cole. But on this night, we say it again. All hail the villain.